We're so excited to be back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Overtime Live with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here in a brand new home. TJ Ribs right here at 2324 South Acadian, right here by the I-10. Everybody knows where this place is. Every time I come here, I always get the ribs, and I can't wait for this partnership because we're getting way more than the ribs now. We want to thank our sponsors, Louisiana Lottery and also the Louisiana Office of Tourism, Lieutenant Governor Billy Dungesser, helping us sponsor the show. Athletic Director Roman Banks, it's been a while, my friend.
Let's make it official now.
Good to be back, man.
Good to be back.
Good to be back, my man. And we can't wait. We got so much stuff going on at Southern University, it's not even funny. Let's talk about, first of all, we got upcoming events coming up. The fall sports is kicked off, and it's good to see back to normalcy that we do have the fall sports back, and that includes the volleyball, soccer, track and field, and, of course, football.
Yeah, no question about it. We are very excited about this fall season. Obviously, we've been going through this pandemic, and it has caused us to make a lot of changes, but I'm very appreciative to our fans and our supporters for adhering to these changes so we can move forward. You know, our coaches and our student athletes have accepted their responsibility. We have over 90% of our athletic department vaccinated as it relates to student athletes, all the coaches, all the employees, 100% from the football team. And so we work very hard to put science in front of our student athletes and their parents. Did a lot of Zoom calls, put the doctors in front of them so they can answer these questions so we can move forward as an athletic department.
And we've got not only we dealing with COVID, and you said 90% of the students have been vaccinated, student athletes. That's great. We've got a new staff almost in a way. I mean, we've still got, Coach Vanessa's not going anywhere. She is still here for volleyball, but we've got some new staff, new coaches, and what have you.
Yeah, so we've been able to, and we're still in the hiring process. Obviously, Dr. Traven Scott, my guy, he got the job at the other school, and we happy for him. And we pulling for him only when it comes to playing the Jaguars. We're not for him and his staff. So we had some positions to fill. John Garris moved on in the softball world, so we was able to bring in Coach Brittany Williams that we think is a great addition. We've been able to add more people to our staff as it relates to social media and website use. We got Demetrius House here. We hired a game day operator as it relates to helping us deal with the COVID protocols. Haven Cox. We have a slew of assistant coaches that we have hired. Our football staff brought in a lot of people. I'm sure he'll talk about that when he come up. So we have made a lot of changes, and we'll continue to make some other changes. So there's a lot of things going on as it relates to Division I athletics, NCAA membership. Some things that we are mandated to do so we can continue to move forward. And so I'm very happy where we are right now as the athletic department in the university.
And we got so many events coming up. No doubt we're going to take a look at that. All the events that are coming up at Southern University here in just a moment. As far as football, obviously, Texas Southern, the Arlington Football Showdown, a different location, not at the Cotton Bowl now. It is now going to be in the Global Life Park. Now, that's where the Rangers played baseball. They decided instead of tearing it down to keep it up. Now, the Global Life Field is where they currently play baseball now. But that's right by Jerry's World, so I can't wait for that.
Across the street.
Not this Saturday, but the next, we'll be taking on Texas Southern.
Yeah, no question about it. We think the move is major. Obviously, it's much more accessible. You don't have to deal with the state fair and getting in and moving around. And we know that our fans had a lot of problems with that. They basically didn't get into the second half of the third quarter. Will Call was about 5 blocks down the street.
Right.
So this is a much more friendly atmosphere. And obviously, Texas Southern wanted to keep this rivalry going. And so we want to make sure that they understand that Southern is the big dog. And so I'm looking forward for all our fans to travel to Arlington, Texas. It's a very nice facility. And we're looking forward to represent ourselves well.
And speaking of fans, look at the Jaguar Nation that is here
Jaguar
for the very
Nation.
first
Everybody
show.
give ourselves a hand.
That's awesome. The first show. And TJ Ribs is open. We're like home here. As soon as we walked in the door, they treated us like we're at home now. I took my shoes off and propped my feet up.
Yeah, the thing about it is that we're working hard to Southern University as a brand, and to partner with another brand like TJ Ribs is very major. And we are excited about this opportunity. And we're excited to be for them to have the conversation with us about this overtime series. You know, a lot of people have their different shows, but we think the overtime series live here is a little different because we get a chance to introduce our whole athletic department. We bring student athletes to you. We bring faculty and staff to you. So our show is a little different, and we welcome the whole body of our alumni supporters coming out here having a good time. So we look forward to every other Thursday packing this place and having a good time.
No doubt about that. All right, after the Arlington game, we're going to UAPB, and believe it or not, it's the final road game of the 2021 season. After that, homecoming starts. All kind of homecoming events. Starts with Sunday, the Southern University Family Reunion. And then we have the overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. This TV show will be here on a special edition on the 21st, on that Thursday right here.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We call it the overtime, the homecoming edition right here. Obviously, we have a show on the 14th, and then we're going to come back on the 21st. And we're looking forward to invite all Jaguar Nation. And I think it's very important that we continue for this city to feel the brand of Jaguar Nation.
No question.
And this is why this is special to me, because I wanted to make sure that we spotlight who we are and what we all about. And I want people to understand the power of this Jaguar Nation brand. And so this is exciting, and just like it's filled up for other shows, I have assured them that we can do that and then some. And so we're excited about being right here in this place, because I definitely want Jaguar Nation to show out as it relates to who we are.
No question about that. Then on that Friday, it's the overtime series where you get to mix and mingle with the alumni and the fans and what have you. That'll be on the third floor of the football ops building.
Yeah, so that series have gone to another level. Yeah. And so that's where we welcome all our former student athletes, band members, cheerleaders, dancing dog, golden blues, supporters, everybody come in one room and have a good time. That's my way of saying thank you to all of the alums from the athletic department. Where you come in, we ask for a donation at the door. You don't give a donation, we don't put you out. And you get a chance to come in there and have a good time, listen to good music, enjoy some spirits, and relax a little bit.
Yeah, and that's going to be awesome. Then the Saturday, of course, is the actual homecoming game with Prairie View A&M. Coach Dooley is going to be former coach here. Coach Dooley is going to be ready for that game. And I know Coach Rollins will have his staff ready as well. Then it'll be the Yard Coming Day Party on that day as well. And then the Jaguar Pandemonium. And then, Coach, we have 4 straight games here, starting with homecoming, but 3 big games follow that. Alcorn State the very next week, and that's the day before Halloween. So we want to trick, and we definitely treat them. And then, obviously, we've got FAMU the week after that, and FAMU Tallahassee fans can't wait to come.
Well, obviously, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we obviously kind of marked that date on that calendar. Before the pandemic, when we went there to play there, they showed us their hospitality, which I don't know how good their hospitality really was, but we're looking forward to show them the same treatment. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves and talk about that game, but I'm anticipating for us to have a huge turnout and to show them what some real football spirit is all about.
And then obviously after that, Jackson State will be the final home game, will be senior night for that night. So, Coach, for Southern fans out there who may have not purchased tickets yet, this is an opportunity to purchase tickets for 4 big games in a row. We need you for all 4 of them to make A.W. Mumford Stadium, the Pete Richardson Field, so loud.
Yeah, so obviously, when I took over the job, we haven't had more than 4 home games in quite some time. And everywhere I moved around, I talked to our supporters and our alums, our fans, and it's talking about getting to 5 games when we can get there. Obviously, if you know about football scheduling, those schedules are done mostly 3 to 10 years out.
Right.
And so we had to wheel and deal to try to get to this point, which we're still willing to deal to try to be consistent at it. But here's the important part, is that we got to come out in Mumford Stadium, Pete Richardson Field. We have to come out and make sure that we're participating in the games. Because if we don't show up in the stadium, we don't get 20,000 plus people, then I cannot continue to play those many games at home without getting the financial responsibility that we're looking for to make this athletic department run. Then we are forced to go out and get those game guarantees.
No question about that. All right, we're going to have more with Athletic Director Roman Banks coming up in just a moment. We're going to be talking with head football coach Jason Rollins coming up right here as we continue right here with the Overtime Live with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics back after this timeout right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Are you interested in a college major with numerous career opportunities? Look no further than the Southern University College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Agriculture is more than working on a farm. Our students are gaining hands-on experience and conducting cutting-edge research in the areas of agricultural sciences, family and consumer sciences, and urban forestry and natural resources. Our students also participate in internships and travel to national conferences. Our student organizations include students from diverse backgrounds with close bonds. These organizations provide our students with leadership and personal development skills needed to help them gain employment with top industry leaders. If you're not sure what you want to major in at Southern University, I encourage you to try Ag. For more information about the College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences, visit our website at www.suagcenter.com or call 225-771-2242.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Official chicken of Southern University.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Hello, this is Powerball. He's here to tell you about something exciting. Powerball is coming to Mondays. That's right, now there are 3 nights of chances to win Powerball. Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday. But wait, check out the details of our New Year's Rockin' Eve promotion. Enter for your chance to keep advancing in drawings to be the first Powerball millionaire of the new year. Monday night drawings, a chance to be the first millionaire of the new year. There's a reason to smile.
Can you feel it?
All right, welcome back, everybody, right here. It is the Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Hey, by the way, too, folks, if you want to go to the homecoming game, we're raffling off some tickets here today to win 2 tickets to the Prairie View A&M game, and that includes parking passes as well. So go by and register. We're going to have the grand prize drawing right after this show, right towards the end of the show. So go and do it right there in the front. Go and sign up for the dotted line and win those tickets and parking passes to homecoming against Prairie View A&M. And Coach Rollins joins me. Jason Rollins, head football coach, joins me right here. Y'all give it up for him, Jaguar Nation. Well, Coach, obviously your first few ball games, how do you feel?
Feel pretty good. We're playing good ball. We're right at 500 right now, so we're getting ready to start our second game of conference, and we 1-0 in conference, so that's when it starts. When it matters.
That's the big thing. That's when the season starts to be conference, because playing the other games, the McNeese State game, and I know that you learned things from that, but obviously with that game, it didn't go quite the way you wanted it to.
No, it did not. A tale of two halves. The first half, we played Jaguar football. Second half, we had a few miscues that kind of turned the momentum, and we got back to practice and corrected it and got a win the next week.
What's so crazy about that is, and you've talked about it, you're not happy with the way that Southern, your defense is tackling, but Coach, it's going that way for everybody. Alabama, I've never seen a Nick Saban team miss so many tackles like they're doing right now. And I had Coach Pete Richardson ask me, what do you think it is? And I said, Coach, I think really it's because we don't do two-a-days anymore. We don't do as much practices with full pads as we used to. So I think that some players are not getting acclimated into tackling until like the third week.
I agree. The NCAA, legislation made it where you can't have full scrimmages for 2 hours like you used to. You can't have two-a-days. You can't have back-to-back full padded practices. And you can only have 40 minutes of full contact practice. So it takes a while to get acclimated, but we're working there. We're getting there.
No question about that. Let's talk about, obviously, the McNeese State game. Tale of two halves. The first half, unbelievably, almost flawless, and I know that every coach can find something wrong on game film, but the first half was absolutely incredible, and in the second half, McNeese came back immediately.
Well, whenever you turn the ball over, and we always chart stats: third down, staying on the field; defense, third down, getting off the field, and winning the turnover margin. So when you turn the ball over and you give them two short fields, that gives the team momentum. So, and also you can add in a special team mixed view. So that's kind of the tale of what happened.
No question about that. And the two short fields you're talking about, they were on our side of the 50-yard line 2 times. One was an interception return, and then with the penalty, the 15-yard penalty, brought them to the 13-yard line. The very next play, they ran it in for the touchdown. And then the other one obviously was a blocked punt, and they were back two times. And in the first half, it took forever for them to get across the 50-yard line.
Right. Well, we had a pretty good game plan for them, and we were able to dial in and stop their run and make them one-dimensional. And so when we made them one-dimensional, we kind of had them where we wanted. And our offense is doing a really good job of controlling the clock, running the ball down the field, and so a lot of long drives, which kept the defense off the field.
No question about that. Then obviously this Sunday, a Sunday game, played in Jackson, Mississippi against Mississippi Valley State and the Delta Devils. And look, they're not going to give up. In the last 7 years, they were 6-45 against the SWAC. But in those 6 wins, they have beaten Arkansas Pine Bluff 3 times, and they also beat Alabama A&M 1 time. So that's 4 of the wins there. So they were a team, and they're going to probably beat somebody that's not expected to beat this year in the SWAC.
I mean, they're a veteran ball club. If you look at them across the front, they have several grad transfers. Guys have played football for a long time together. So they were a very mature team in the trenches. So we knew it was going to be a tough battle.
No question about that. And then obviously they just didn't want to go away. I mean, but the good news is, and I always tell people this too, the mark of a good football team is when you see them go down and score, then your team goes back and scores the very next play. And we did that 3 times in this game.
Absolutely. Bubba McDaniel did a really good job of answering the bell. So every time they scored, he answered and got another score to answer to keep the momentum back on our side. And then when it was time, the defense got timely stops to kind of ice the game.
Every college coach in America would love to be like Southern University right now, have 3 quarterbacks with starting experience. You got Lampley, number 11. You got Skelton, number 8, has been battling with knee problems. And then obviously you've got Bubba McDaniel, who had 5 touchdown passes in this game this week.
It's a good problem to have. We love to have depth at all positions, but to have depth at the quarterback position, that's always a bonus.
Yeah, no question about that. Now we take a look at Prairie View A&M. Prairie View A&M comes into this game. They're hot. They beat Grambling this week in the Cotton Bowl. And so it's going to be a tough battle with Prairie View A&M. And look, they haven't beaten Southern in a while. They're tired of hearing we can't beat Southern University.
Well,
Texas Southern.
We don't want to go that far. But,
I'm going to Prairie View already. Texas Southern in Arlington. Talk about that game. And it's at a baseball stadium that is being changed and converted into a football stadium.
Well, we love the opportunity to play. It's our second SWAC game in the conference, so to play Texas Southern, they're always skilled, so they have very skilled athletes, so it's going to be a tough game. But playing in that venue, we only care about if it's 100 yards, so we don't really care about what's around it. As long as it's 100 yards and and 53 and a third across, that's what we're ready for.
Coach Washington, who's coming up next, the defensive coordinator, said, "We got Prairie View next? I thought we got Texas Southern, man. What the hell's going on?" Well, that's awesome, man. Can't wait for that game. Texas Southern, again, hadn't beat Southern in a long time, and that's something that they definitely want to do. It ought to be a fun time in Dallas, Texas. So when will you make the journey to Dallas?
We'll leave this Thursday afternoon, take our time to get up there and get ready for the game on Saturday.
Is there going to be any practice time on the field, a walkthrough on the field?
We'll have a walkthrough that Friday on the field, just kind of get acclimated to the new venue and to see what it's like. So the Saturday won't be a surprise.
Well, Coach Rollins, tell us, how do you feel about the fans? So far, you're 4 games in. How do you feel about the Jaguar Nation and being the head coach of Southern University?
Just look around the room. You can see how much support the Jaguar Nation have. So if you go to any one of our games, you can see it. It's very supportive. Love it.
Has it been anything? Has it been everything you thought it would be?
And then some.
And then some.
Yes.
All right, cool deal. Well, we've got the defensive coordinator coming up right here. Of course, Coach Washington has a little experience in the National Football League, huh?
Just a tad.
Just a little
tad.
bit. Yeah, he's got it coming up next right here. We're going to talk defense and more right here as we continue all these games coming up. This show is presented by Louisiana Lottery and the Louisiana Office of Tourism. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser's office, great job. It's the Overtime Live with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics from TJ Ribs. Come join us on Thursdays right here. We'll be again in 2 weeks from this Thursday. Come join us right here. Get some delicious food. We're going to talk more about that coming up after we return right here from TJ Ribs right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Care South offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
I'm Ray Belton, president of Southern University and A&M College. You know, when it comes to healthcare, we men are hard-headed through pain, injury, or illness. Sometimes we still won't go see a doctor. But to use a sports term, don't pass on your health. Not seeing a doctor puts men at greater risk for today's top killers. So go see your doctor and don't pass on your health.
Need a doctor? Call Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group at 765-5500 today.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
Competition for this house is fierce.
Relax. You got a team to help you out. Huddle up. You have a home buying edge. A verified approval from Rocket Mortgage verifies your income, credit, and assets all up front, putting you ahead of regular pre-approval and letting sellers know you're serious.
Let's do this.
Put it in.
When you need a competitive edge in a crowded market, Rocket can.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Right here, it's the Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics, and we're right here from TJ Ribs, right here at Acadian at I-10. And Coach LIONEL Washington, defensive coordinator. How's it going, my man?
It's going well. How you doing?
I didn't mean to make you swallow something, overlooking Texas Southern.
I was looking like, wow. PV.
Now Texas Southern said they're putting it on their in their locker room. TV guy overlooks to us at Texas Southern. That's great. That's great. I don't mean to give bullets.
No, you're pretty good, so you're okay.
Well, defense, for Southern, look, I would not want to play defense today. When I played, I was linebacker. We could do just about anything. But nowadays, it's absolutely unbelievable the way they do it with the targeting calls and also the late hits. And I know player safety is important, but Coach, if I ever see a defensive player flying to the football to make a tackle and he changes direction in midair, then that's why I'm getting away from the game, because that's something that's crazy.
The game is a lot harder now defensively. They got so many rules they got to guard against, and I think what we do now, we practice a lot more tackling, and we got to do even more now because of the targeting that could possibly happen. So we had to make sure we keep everything below the chest and trying to tackle through, wrap up, roll tackles, and different type of tackling techniques.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. Even a quarterback can throw the football, and as soon as the ball is released and a defensive player is flying to and hits him, that's a roughing the passer penalty, 15-yard penalty.
Well, it took away the aggressiveness of the defense, but that's part of it. That's those adjustments we have to make defensively. Once we make those adjustments, practice those adjustments, I think defensively we're going to still tend to be an aggressive defense and play hard.
Coach, is it discipline when you have 5 players that have been suspended now from the game because of targeting, and look, there's players all over the country that are getting that problem. So is it that problem right now, or if it's a discipline problem, or is it basically a more fundamental teaching thing?
I think it's more fundamentals than a discipline problem. I think once you leave your feet and you do something purposely, yeah, of course it's a discipline problem. But we haven't had that type of problem. I think the most important thing for us is to understand how and what and when to leave your feet. Always try to get head across the ball of the chest, wrap up and roll. And that's what we're working on teaching right now.
Well, you played coached and played 27 years in the National Football League is pretty impressive. Now, what do you see when you see number 32, Jordan Lewis, who I think is absolutely unbelievable? He's a great athlete, great coming off that defensive end.
He's very, very talented. He's one of those guys you got to really prepare for. And everybody prepare for him differently each week. But we always trying to put him in a position where he can make plays. Every time you put him in a position where he can make plays, put him in a different position on the field, he always show up big, make plays.
Is it his speed that comes around that corner, or is it his hands, or a combination of everything?
It's a combination of everything. He's very athletic. He can run on the side of his feet, like I like to call it. Once he bend the corner, he can dip his shoulder, run on the side of his feet, and come back up still in full speed motion and make plays happen.
Yeah, because most people, if you haven't played defense and defensive end as well, it's not just a speed thing coming around. You got to show how you got to basically do like you're trying to swim in a weird differentiation. So knocking the offensive line's hands down.
Well, he's a great technician. That's the thing about it. He's a smart football player also. And that's what a lot of people understand. You got to be a smart player. Anytime you feel on the edge of a defense, you got to be one of those guys that understand what's going to go on, how the offense is going to attack you. He studied a lot of film. So he's one of those guys that go out, be prepared. He's well coached. So he go out and just carry the practice to the game field.
Now, this guy is, I hate to put anything on him, but he's probably going to break the all-time sack record in FCS. It's unbelievable. This year already 3.5 sacks this year.
Well, he's playing hard, man. He knows out there to get, and I think that's one of his main goals, to go out there and break that record.
And he's been injured a lot, too, as well this year.
He's got beaten up some, but we're trying to get him healthy, trying to keep him, practicing well and practicing hard. And if you continue to practice hard and work hard, I think he's going to get the record and he can continue to help us win football games.
I know since you've been here, you have to see it. I know I've seen it since I've been in the booth. I've been here since 2001. I'm seeing Davin Cotton play his best football right now at nose tackle. He's just unbelievable.
Without a doubt, he's playing well right now. He's continuing to play and practice well. And I think that's the key. He practiced the way he plays. So he takes from the practice field to the game field, and he plays hard. Every snap he's in the game, you never have to worry about him loafing or taking a play off. It's not his style. It's not a part of his makeup. He's going to play hard for 50 plays, 60 plays, 70 plays, whatever it is. He's going to give you his all.
And, Coach, I keep calling Tamara Smith's name in tackling or breakups. That guy he's all over the football field.
He's one of our better players in football. He's a smart football player. He understands the games real well. He understands the technical side of his position. He had played inside, he's played outside. And where we put him, he's been very productive. So that type of guy, you want to keep him on the field every time you get an opportunity to put him out there to make plays, and he make plays.
In that Valley game, the quarterback handed the ball off at the last minute. Wasn't an RPO, just a delayed handoff. Handed the ball off at the last minute, and I saw a streak coming by. And that was Tamarius Smith coming on a blitz. And I mean, that guy was shot out of a cannon. He's got unbelievable speed.
Great speed, great athletic ability. But like I said, he gets a very, very good student of the game. He understands how the game is played.
And obviously, too, a guy who's been doing an unbelievable job in tackling also is Ray Anderson, your linebacker. But he was hurt in the last game.
Ray's been a little banged up for us, but hopefully the next game he'll be back playing for us because that's one of the things we've been struggling with is tackling. Something we're working on now, getting the guys better, and hopefully real sure for us our next home game.
Coach Washington, as always, my man, good talking to you. Defense.
Thank you.
Good job. Lionel Washington, defensive coordinator here for Southern University. When we come back, we're talking offense right after this timeout. We are continuing here with the Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here on Pelican Sports TV from TJ Ribs.
Good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive photo for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary. Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
When the needs are evident, but the solutions are not, a well-calculated design steeped in hard-earned expertise is what we've built our reputation on. Go ahead, ask us to prove it, because we'd love to. Performance is what drives us. It's how we foster a culture of expertise and informs our approach to complicated challenges. CSRS defines our client relationships by how we perform and the chemistry we build together, with a comprehensive, masterful integration of engineering and development, program management and disaster recovery, and as client advisors and planners. After more than 4 decades of careful, strategic growth, we have refined our multidisciplinary approach to encompass a diverse collection of services designed to revolutionize what it means to build a better community. Our legacy is easy to see. It's found in our projects, our people, and it's evident in the places our work has touched. And we've resolved to prove this legacy every single time. We are accelerators, trusted facilitators of public and private sectors, the force that imagines, designs, and builds the bedrock to propel tomorrow's stronger, smarter communities. Because what we do isn't about buildings or developments or infrastructure. It's about ensuring that the parts which are fragile in the communities we call home are carefully considered and thoughtfully redesigned to be stronger and smarter for the benefit of tomorrow. The proof of who we are is all around us. So go on, ask us to prove it, because we're ready to. CSRS, building stronger, smarter communities together.
Welcome back, everybody, right here to the beautiful overtime series with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. We are right here from TJ Ribs, right here at I-10, Acadian at I-10. You got to come on by and see us. We've got some great deals going on. And let me give you the specials for today, which I think is absolutely unbelievable. You've got the Hurricane, which is the Big Cat Hurricane for $8. And how about the 12-ounce prime rib for $21.99? That's pretty impressive right now. We've got second-year offensive coordinator Zach GROSSI in the house. How you doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. Appreciate you having me on. Excited to be here.
Now, this is your second year as offensive coordinator, but it's the first job you've been offensive coordinator.
That's correct. That's correct. I've been around. I've been a couple places, but this is my first chance to be an offensive coordinator, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And I hate to call this guy a nerd, but let me tell you this. This guy has had plays already drawn up years ago. What the heck is that about? While other people are playing and doing this and that, you're out there writing on the chalkboard plays?
Well, one thing that I've been lucky my whole life is I've always wanted to coach. So when you know what you want to do, you plan for it. And I've known I wanted to be an offensive coordinator one day and a chance to call my own plays. And you get ready for it. And once it becomes your time, and if it fits what your personnel and what your players can do, and it fits what the defense presents to you, go ahead and pull them in. Doesn't matter where you pull them from. You can pull them off a notebook, off a napkin, off anything, and do we do anything we can to put our guys in the best position to have success and make explosive plays.
And you do a great job. All right, example of this. How about this? A fake jet sweep coming around with a wide receiver. The quarterback fakes to him, gives to the running back. The running back comes to the line of scrimmage, turns around and flea flickers it back to the quarterback for a big-time pass play. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, this is a really hard game, and it's a really physical game, and we put a lot on our players. We ask them to do a lot, to work really hard, and we try to have a little bit of fun with those trick plays and special plays. Our players get really excited for them, and when we put them in, it's kind of like there's a little buzz around it. We have a library of those plays that we use, and when we put one in the game plan, our players and coaches get really excited for them, and everybody's always saying, hey, when are you going to call this? When are you going to call that?
Right.
And, we have a little fun with it. Like I said, it's a hard game. It's a very demanding game, so it's good to be able to have a little fun, and it keeps the defense on their toes and keeps the defensive coordinator knowing that at any point we can pull one of those trick plays out.
And knowing at any point you could put any quarterback in there. Like I told Coach just a moment ago, you've got the problem that everybody would love to have, 3 quarterbacks with starting experience. Let's talk about Bubba McDaniel, number 12. 5 touchdown passes in this past game against Mississippi Valley State. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, Bubba did a really nice job for us coming in, and he ran the show, very, very efficient, and honestly, it was exactly kind of what we thought he would be. That's who Bubba is, very consistent in who he is as a person, prepares hard. He's an accurate player, he's a good athlete, moves around a little bit. But he did a good job. He did a good job mastering the game plan, understanding what Mississippi Valley was presenting to us defensively. And I thought he did a nice job picking his spots when it was time to throw the ball down the field and when it was time to check the ball down. He had no interceptions, didn't put the ball in harm's way really at all. So we were very pleased with him, in his second start this season.
No question about that. Now, football changes. There's different plays. There's athlete called now. It's an athlete. He's not a wide receiver or a quarterback or running back. He's just called athlete now in some sense, and some people drafted that way. But the old knowledge of football, it starts at that offensive line. It starts at the line. If you don't have a good offensive line, it's going to break up your passing. It's going to break up no running game and what have you. You have experienced offensive line, and that's why Southern University leads the SWAC right now in rushing.
Yeah, our offensive line leads the way for us. You could draw up any play you want, But if those guys can't block the D linemen, then you're not gonna be able to move the ball at all. Like you said, we have a very experienced group up there, and they play hard, they play physical, and they play together, and they lead the way for us for sure. We're offensive line driven, and we certainly go as they go. And we're very pleased with the way those guys have started the season. They play hard, they play the right way, and we like to think we play a brand of football that people don't really want to play against. When you line up against us, you're gonna feel it the next day, and that's kind of what we pride ourselves on.
Devon Ben from New Orleans has been the starter for I think 3 years now. He hits the holes and he goes. He's very good at that. Also, obviously, Craig Nelson looked very good until he got hurt in that Valley game, and so that was tough to do that. And right now, we still got a guy that's out, number 24, Gerard Sims, and I love that guy. That guy is short, he's close to the ground, and not only that, he's got power and he's got speed. When he hits that hole, he's gone.
Yeah, without a doubt. We're going to get JJ back here shortly, and we're certainly looking forward to that. Like I said, I don't really care who gets the ball. I just want guys that are going to break tackles and make plays. And Devon and Craig are doing a good job. And you add JJ to that mix when he comes back, it's only going to make us harder to defend.
5'7", Jamar Washington is hard to find on the football field. But if you're not paying attention, he's already scored a touchdown. He is that fast, and he's just mobile, unbelievable.
Yes, absolutely. Jamar Washington is as absolute as rock solid as they come when it comes to the person, the player, the way he prepares, the way he goes about his business, the way he plays the game. He plays the game the right way, and it shows on tape. He plays with extreme effort. When you give him the ball, he's able to make plays in the open field, and he is the definition of a Jaguar, man. He really is a true program guy that works his tail off. He comes to work every day. He's one of our best leaders on offense, and he's explosive in space. He may be short, but he's not small, I can promise you that. He's very tough, and he's tough to bring down, and once again, another one that does a great job for us.
And one more wide receiver. It's an offensive coordinator's dream to have a wide receiver, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and you've got one in Marcus McClain, an Auburn transfer.
Yeah, Marquise does a really, really nice job for us. Came in from Auburn right before COVID hit, and came in, learned the culture, learned our offense, made some plays in the spring, but he's really coming on. I think he's caught the ball every time we've thrown it to him this year, and it's my job to get him the ball more. But he does a really good job working, preparing throughout the week, works really hard, prepares the right way, and he's, like you said, he looks how you want him to now. Big, physical, fast. He's another one that you can do a lot of things with. You can move him inside, play him outside, hand it to him, throw it to him down the field, throw it to him in the short part of the field. So he's the guy that you can move around, and those are the kind of guys you like that are a little bit of mismatch guys for defenses.
Quarterback, just throw the ball up there, let him go get it. At his big frame, he's going to get that ball. Well, man, I enjoy calling your plays, but sometimes maybe you need to keep me going because of double reverses and this flea flicker and all that stuff. I'm doing what? And I'm doing play, but I'm calling. Look, basketball is the hardest sport to call because you got to be fast. But now in football, with your play calling, I got to be fast, my brother.
Well, if we're keeping you on your toes, we know we're keeping the defense on their toes.
Zach Grossi, offensive coordinator, man, great job. You do a super job, and look forward to seeing you against Texas Southern. I know you guys are like, wait a minute. Prairie View? No, Texas Southern.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with Athletic Director Roman Banks as we look closer into Southern University athletics right after this timeout from TJ Ribbs right here from Pelican Sports TV.
I'm Ray Belton, president of Southern University and A&M College. When it comes to healthcare, we men are hard-headed through pain, injury, or illness. Sometimes we still won't go see a doctor. But to use a sports term, don't pass on your health. Not seeing a doctor puts men at greater risk for today's top killers. So go see your doctor and don't pass on your health.
Need a doctor? Call our Lady of the Lake Physician Group at 765-5500 today.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Official chicken of Southern University.
The biggest games of the season are here from the lottery. Play Saints Game Ready, win up to $100,000. And New Orleans Saints, win up to $20,000. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2022 season ticket package. Play Saints Game Ready and New Orleans Saints for your chance to make this your winning season.
Competition for this house is fierce.
Relax. You got a team to help you out. Huddle up. You have a home buying edge. A verified approval from Rocket Mortgage verifies your income, credit, and assets all up front, putting you ahead of regular pre-approval and letting sellers know you're serious.
Let's do this.
Put it in.
When you need a competitive edge in a crowded market, Rocket can.
That duck is fired up.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue. It's the Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar Athletics. And we've got a lot of stuff going on right here we're going to be talking about here in just a moment. We've got a question here in a moment. We want to talk about the gold standard, this beautiful gold helmet right here. And, Coach, people can get the gold helmet. It looks just like this, and it's going to be able to support the football team as well.
Yeah, no question. So we're in a fundraiser right now. We're trying to bring back the gold standard. Southern University is the standard, the gold standard. And so we're bringing back the gold helmets for next season. So we're in a fundraiser campaign. If you buy one of these helmets for $550, then we send you a replica where you can put on your shelf or at your office, on your desk, or whatever the case may be. You can go to gojagsports.com and go to our fundraiser campaign, link in, and it'll give you all the information about the helmet. Also, you can call the ticket office, 225-771-3171, and they will give you the information how you go about purchasing your helmet and donating to the athletic department, in this case, the football program.
No question about that. We definitely want to do that. By the way, too, the TJ Rib special today, $8 for the Big Cat Hurricane here today, as well as the $21.99 prime rib.
Which one are you going with today?
I'm going with the ribs.
You're going with the ribs?
The ribs are the best in the world.
Well, you know, I actually like the ribs, but I think I'm gonna try the chicken wings today.
Oh, I tried it yesterday.
Okay, all right.
That was good. Trust me, that was good. All right, we want to first of all let someone ask a question to you. Ask the AD. You ready to do that?
I'm ready to do it. We haven't done it in a long time.
We have Angel. Just that name itself, Angel Jenkins, my friend with a beautiful smile. Go ahead, Angel.
Hi, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
Excuse me, AD. I'm used to calling you.
I know. I'm the same way.
How is the athletic department adjusting to getting back into a regular schedule despite all of the issues with COVID-19?
Good question. So I'm definitely proud of all the student athletes, and I'm proud of all our coaches and our staff. Obviously, we've been the standard as it relates to testing and protocol in our conference as it relates to getting people on field, being protected. And so I do want to thank the student athletes and their parents for listening and challenging themselves to get the vaccine when it was unpopular. And so what we done, we educated our student athletes. We had professional medical people
on Zoom, talking to the parents and the student athletes. And so I'm excited about it. Now, the thing is that I think there are going to be some practices and policies that's going to continue to be in place for a long period of time. And so with that being said, I'm very pleased in the direction that we're going in. Another thing is that I'm thankful for Jaguar Nation as we put out the policies and the stipulation of what needs to happen about in the stadium, about going into our suites, that we haven't had any problems. They're adhering to that. And so as we listen to the NCAA, as we listen to the Southwest Athletic Conference, as we listen to our governor, as we listen to the city and all those things, we'll change policies going forward so we can make the right decisions. But we are definitely proud of our student athletes.
Thank you for that, Angel. We got several coaches in several sports here in the house. We've got Coach Barry here. The bowling coach is in the house.
Bowling in the house over there.
We've got football obviously in the house. We've got also women's basketball in the house. Coach Funches and his crew is here today, his coaches. We've got Coach Sean Woods in the house. Woods. And Henry Baptiste right there for the
Social AD Henry Baptiste.
That's right. Look out. Look out. I think he's
my main man right there.
I think he's trying to talk Henry into being in the celebrity basketball game.
Coach, celebrity coach.
That's right. Henry can put up a mean three-point shot.
We got all the members of all our booster clubs in here.
Right.
We got all our loyal supporters, and once again, we want to give a shout out and thank everyone for coming out. Obviously, this is a big brand for us. I talk about Southern University being a brand, and definitely Southern University Athletic Department, the gold standard being a brand. We have collaborated, partnered up, and we think that this is awesome. We appreciate the number of people that come out. So every other Thursday, put this out on your schedule, and let's show up and show out like we're supposed to, so everybody can understand this brand of Jaguar Nation.
Yep.
Hoorah! Give yourselves a hand.
Yes, indeed. The next show will be on October 14th, and then the week after that, October 21st. So we're going to be able to do that. That ought to be good. Before we get out of here and thank a bunch of people, too, I want to thank Demetrius, brand new member of the SID department here at Southern University. He did a great job of putting the script together. So thank you for that. Also, we've got all of our new SIDs, assistant SIDs in the house right here.
We got everybody in the house.
Willie and all that, all here. That's right.
Did you call Vanessa Jacobs' name out last time?
I did call Coach Jacobs. I always, I'm going to call her because she can spike and hit me in the.
You call Coach Crenshaw sitting on that championship Crenshaw right there.
Oh, I didn't
baseball.
See Coach Crenshaw. Yeah,
okay, we got everybody in the house. Baseball in the house.
He's hiding on the side, trying to steal first and second base. Oh, I didn't even see
What about
him.
Coach Connors? He in the house?
Conyers Championship Tennis right there.
In the house.
In the house.
We got all of them in the house.
And we want to thank some great people. General Manager Robert Vaughn here from TJ Ribs. As soon as we walked in the door, they made us feel like we were at home. I mean, you guys had to fuss at me. I took my shoes off. I was sitting back eating ribs and all that, drinking a good beer. So we want to thank them. Kevin Francis, Director of Operations for Baton Rouge. That guy's unbelievable, and he's made us feel at home. And Chase Chabot. How would a last name Chabot? I'd be a singer if I had Chabot as a last name. Are you kidding me? Sales manager for Baton Rouge and Prairieville. We want to say congratulations to Bianca Adams. Baton Rouge number wins 2 tickets to homecoming and also parking for homecoming. Give it up for her.
Is she here? Where is she?
Bianca
Adams. In the building?
Now.
There she is right there, Chris. There she is.
You got
Come on and get it.
Give it right there. Give her the tickets. Now, we got the MVP right here. This is what it's all about right here. This is what they do at TJ Ribs right here with this delicious food right here. This is the All-American right here.
That's
of the
real
football
deal,
team.
huh?
These ribs are so tender, I kid you not, you can hold them up and then fall off the bone. Mac and cheese, if I had something to drown in, if God said, I want you to drown in something, I'd drown in that mac and cheese right there. And in the baked beans, you can smell it already, the baked beans. But look at this, look how this glistens right here. Big full rack of ribs. Coach, can you put one full rack down?
Half a rack.
You can do half?
Do a half a rack.
All right. I don't know, man. And with a good cold beverage right here,
that's what I'm about to get out. I'm about to get that after the show.
But we enjoy our new partner right here at TJ Ribs. It is absolutely unbelievable. We've been coming here for years and years. It's the only place in America I've ever seen where the waitresses actually write upside down. Where did they go to school to write upside down on these tablecloths here?
You know, that's that's something unique and something special. I used to do that all the time, though.
Yeah, I'm writing upside down, but you can't read my hand.
That's what I'm saying.
Chicken scratch, and no question about that.
What about our guys right here from
Pelican TV has done a super job. All the crew, not only do they do this show as well, but they also do a lot of events at Southern University with our replays and our video monitors and what have you, and our stream. Pelican Sports TV is all over the state of Louisiana, by the way. They're an unbelievable TV network.
Yeah, so obviously, is Marlon in the house? So we're going to have Marlon on the show, next show, to come in. He's doing promotions for us to talk about what we have coming up for homecoming and break it down for all our fans, because Southern University is taking back over the best homecoming in college football.
Yep.
And so we got a lot of events planned, and we're going to do a special on that, let him get up and talk about all the events that's going on. We have a lot of that posted on our website, but we definitely going to have that for our next show, making sure that everybody understands what we have planned. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have outdoor concerts. We're going to have block parties. So we look forward to having a good time at our next home football contest.
Wait a minute, Southern having a good time for homecoming? Do we do that or what?
We're going to another level, as we try to say in athletics.
It's so awesome, and I want to thank all the board, the Southern University president, chancellor, Dr. Belton, also you, Athletic Director Roman Banks, for naming the Pete Richardson Field at A.W. Mumford Stadium. That is huge right there.
Yeah, so that's been a long time coming. We all know we have a legend in our mix, and we want to make sure we recognize him and make sure that everybody know he belongs to Southern University. He done some great things. He had some great players out there on the field that he brought to Southern University, and so that's the right thing to do, and we're excited about it.
No question about that. Also, thanks to Denise Rankins, because Denise does an unbelievable job with corporate sponsors. Of course, working right here with TJ Ribs. Also, the Louisiana Lottery. We know somebody at Louisiana Lottery, but she don't give us the numbers and all that. Miss Rose, and she's been a big sponsor of this show for several years now. And good to see, we had Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser on the last program as far as radio goes.
Yes.
The Louisiana Office of Tourism. Feed your soul.
Feed your soul. And obviously, last home game, they did an awesome job, so we're very excited about that and looking forward to engaging with them again.
No question about that. Well, Coach, I think we got to go get some ribs, eat some ribs. Huh?
So is it time to go?
Look, they're screaming at us saying, play on, play on. So unbelievable.
We haven't been in this space in a long time. I'm very excited for us to be back in this building, doing this live, bringing all the coaches out so the fans can hear from the coaches. We have great shows ahead of ourselves, and the thing about this show, you'll hear from all our coaches, all our student athletes, and we'll come out and have a good time for an hour.
And remember, next show is coming up again on October 14th, and it will special homecoming edition on October 21st. Cannot wait for that. We hope that you come out here, get some delicious specials from TJ Ribs. Call in advance to get your table. They got great food here, of course. And the atmosphere is absolutely unbelievable, and they've taken us now, and we're at home, and we are very excited to be here at TJ Ribs.
So when we walked in, people was already here eating, having a good time, had reservations, so we look forward to seeing that.
All right, we will see you again right here again in 2 weeks. Have a great one. It's Overtime Series with Athletic Director Roman Banks.
Jaguar Nation, it's been fun. We are back. Go Jags.